Well, one of the things we've heard Jimbo and Rod and Fred kind of talk about was just kind of getting things fixed and going today. What were you able to take out of practice today?
I definitely think that the guys come out there and they were ready to get after it. I know offensive line specifically wise, we definitely as a whole we feel like we need to be playing better. Which is, we're letting our quarterback get hit too much. That's a fact. We're leading the ACC in sacks, which is, that's unacceptable. We're 113th in the country in sacks. I know all this. We know all this. So we know that we need to get better. We need to protect our quarterback. It's ridiculous to let him be on the ground as much as we get that. And that has nothing to do with coaching. That's entirely to do with the players. Our coaches are putting us in position to do our jobs, and we're just not getting it done. Which I think today the O-line knew that, so we went out there with the mentality to get better and have a good practice.
Well, hearing you talk about these stats, I get the feeling this is something that kind of keeps you up at night, or at least bothers you throughout the day. Have you ever been in a situation like this where you've obsessed over these numbers to a point where, in some ways, you could argue maybe it does more harm than good in a sense?
Well, it's just the fact like where I'm watching the film, and I can't stand watching the film. Personally, I feel like I've been playing I should be playing way better than I am. I feel like I'm doing some good things, but I should be doing more good things than I am. I feel like I've been doing my job. I need to do my job and get my linemen going. It's my job to make sure they're on the right page and do the right thing. I feel like we had a point where we were doing really well for a little bit, and we started to throughout the season, then we started to slack off a little bit again. So we're kind of at that point where it's like, all right, yeah, we're winning, but we need to turn this around. We're not winning, but we need to be winning. We're about to go into the hardest leg of our season. You know what I'm saying? So we got five big games coming up. Every game's a big game from here on out. That's how we gotta look at it. And I think we just gotta do our job and really take advantage of situations that are. Our defense is playing lights out, and we need to take advantage of situations they're putting us in, and we need to give our quarterback a better chance to get the ball off and do what he needs to do, and we need to open up bigger holes for our running back.
Do you think that's more of a communication issue, or was it more of a physicality issue with the opponent?
I definitely think that I give it to Wake Forest. Wake Forest is a heck of a team. They were technical. They played hard the whole time, and they were laid down for anybody. They were a physical team, yeah. But I just think that it gets down to the point that we just got to do our jobs, and that's really. I know y'all hate when we say that. Coach says it all the time, but that's the thing. We got to do our jobs. Our coaches are putting us in the right positions, and we're not doing what we need to do, and that's not acceptable.
So do you think this bye week came at the right time? Now that you said the heavier leg of your season?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think that this is a good time for one of those, let's call them come to Jesus moments. It's one of those times you want to really look at it, look what's not going right, what we got to do to fix it, and this is when we turn around and fix it and get ready for the next game. And I think that's what we're going to do this next week, and also this week and next week. I think we're going to really tie everything together, and I think we're going to come out playing off all three aspects: offense, defense, and special teams.
Go ahead.
With someone like you who puts in as much effort off the field to give back in those ways as you do, how much is it nice taking a bit of a turn to be recognized like you were?
It's awesome. It's really cool to get recognized for doing things off the field. But like I said, it's not always, to me. It's really not about that. Whether I get recognized or not, just knowing that I'm doing the right thing that's all that matters. Because like I said earlier, also, if I came to Florida State to play football and I didn't use the opportunity I have now to not just play football, but also use this platform to reach out to other people and reach out across the state and the country, even back home in Virginia. If I didn't use this chance I have now, then I'd be wasting part of my opportunity. I'm here for education and football, but I also can do so much more with the situation I'm in.
Did you have any idea that you won it before it was presented to you?
I knew I had been selected, but I had no idea this was happening today. I was completely in shock. I walked in and probably looked really dumb walking in the circles, but so that was the whole point. Apparently, that's a surprise, guys.
It's early on, obviously, in the bye week, but I'm sure you've seen Clemson's D-line play a little bit this year. That's arguably one of the best D-lines in the country. What have you been able to see?
I definitely think that they have a solid up forefront. They're big, they're physical, and they play ball. The linebackers are good too. I played against some of those guys last year, and I played against. Clemson was my first big game last year. Well, it's actually my second start ever. So I played against them. And I know that they're a heck of a football team. They play hard. They're technically sound, and they don't ever stop. So I think we definitely have to get ready for them, and we have to prepare the best way possible. So,
why do you think one of the biggest reasons why they have struggled this season compared to seasons in the past?
I think for them it's just like us. They were trying to find themselves, and once they get things all clicking, then they're a heck of a football team.
As good as that defense is, how crucial is it to get 2 weeks in film and this extra week where you don't have to prepare for an opponent?
Well, it's awesome having a bye week, but let's not forget they have a bye week also. So they got any advantage we have, they have it also. So I think that, I mean, it's great to have this chance to look at even more film, but also it's harder for us to a point too, because then it takes longer for the emotional, you know what I'm saying? Like you want to get ready for the game, but you still hold in the week. But I think I think it's a blessing to have a bye week right now because we have a chance to really prepare for this game.
Do you think playing 8 p.m. at home will help you guys any, maybe even a sense of urgency playing one of the top 5 teams in the country?
Anytime you have a home game, it's awesome. You know, it's like having 12 men out there and nighttime games. So I'm sure that the excitement and the hype is going to be there, especially for a game like this.
One more.
And Sean played a big role last time Clemson came here. I know he'll be playing a big role as a leader. How do you think his role will complement the team this year?
I think that Sean's doing a great job. I think he's helping lead DeAndre. I mean, he has experience. He's a fifth-year senior. He's got more experience than almost everybody on this team. He's one of the oldest guys on the team. So for him to be there for DeAndre, you know, and really help him out, give him some tips, and just tell him what he can do here, what he can do there, and just be there for him for a resource. You know, it's like almost like a mentor. And that gives DeAndre a sense of security, and just to know he has that kid that's there for him no matter what. So I mean, Sean's played against Clemson twice, and I think that he can help out DeAndre, you know, reading their stuff and just getting a feel for him.
Kind of like how
Thanks,
Jameis
guys.
was done.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.